Okay, good morning, everybody. Already 9/13/23, halfway through September. So what we have on our screen right here, this is our direct mail piece that's going out, and we're going to be focusing on getting people to support local businesses. I like to feature, we're going to be featuring all our customers' logos on our cards. What it does is makes the customer happy and also gives us an applied endorsement. So if a person gets this and say, hey, Tacoma Diesel buys from Northwest Custom, I should too. So these are all local companies that are in our community and should be recognizable to our customers. So thank you to Ruthie for making some awesome hat samples and getting them out to our customers on time. So hopefully we can. What's that? Oh, so hopefully, yeah, we get some hat sales in. So let's see. So today's meeting is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to start off kind of giving my management philosophy and some of my observations, and then we'll just go into our individual reports. So just a little bit different this morning.
They just put it in the same exact spot on the other piece. Yeah, that looks good to me. I mean, the size would have the same size as the.
So who's that one chirping in? Oh, let's see. Okay, so our sales goal is 3 million. Projected goal is hopefully we break even from 2022 at 2.815 million. We had a 20% decrease in sales in the last 2 to 3 months.
You want the same, like take up the same footprint or something, the same length or whatever. Is that going to be weird?
So I'm going to be going into my slides, my management philosophy, and what I expect in some of my observations I've seen around here in the last month or two. So I'm going to call this embracing growth and accountability. And we all know our core value of accountability is one of them. So I like to jump into this. Dun, dun, dun. So I always like this quote. I don't know if you've heard of the motivational speaker, Tony Robbins. He's always saying this. It's called be comfortable with discomfort. And with this is you got to get out of your comfort zone. Some people get too lax, but if you're comfortable with discomfort, you can always grow. So you want to embrace challenges and change, pushing past our usual boundaries and for growth. It's just like going to the gym. And the only way you're going to get better in the gym, get stronger, get faster, is embracing a little discomfort. Because if you go into the gym and just do the same thing over and over again, you'll stay the same. You'll just plateau. But if you go 10% harder, add an extra plate, run an extra mile, you're going to have a little pain, a little discomfort, but you're going to grow. And that's why I like that quote from Tony Robbins to kind of flow over to here. It's just like going to the gym. So be comfortable with discomfort. So I kind of like to go over my management philosophy. Pretty much everybody knows it. Very laid back. Number one here is trust in the team. You guys did fabulous filling in when Jim was gone. I was gone out helping him for the last 40 days. He was in the hospital 24 days. So it was nice to have a trust in a team to get everything completed. Jim came back and couldn't stay away from work and was very pleased to find out that there was nothing for him to do, but he just likes coming in here and hanging out with everybody. But that's why we have such a good trust in team, and that's one of my main management philosophies. Like I said, everyone here is an adult, and it's real cool. Everybody's been here at least 1 year to Ruthie, 25 years. Coming up in here, she's been here 25 years, going to recognize it at the company part of 25 years. So trust in the team. That's one of my management styles. Expectations. I don't have a lot of expectations, but some of the expectations are our core values, personal responsibility and accountability, and proactive approach to tasks and responsibilities. Do something extra. Just don't come to work and be comfortable. Throw a little discomfort into your work. Again, with my management style, is kind of I like to have a hands-off and trusting management style. I hate micromanaging. I couldn't imagine having to come to work and just look over everybody's shoulder. It would just drive me nuts. What is my objective here? Well, I want to create a culture of self-management where everybody's adults, they can come to work, get things done, and limited management looking over people's shoulders. And then just take ownership and pride in one's work. Not very hard. But just going around here is I walk around, and I call it management by walking around. A lot of managers pull up production numbers, they pull up sales numbers, but the easiest one I do is just kind of walk around. Obviously, we all know our sales are down. Cell phone use, widespread about everybody using cell phones. So let's dial that back. Delivery delays. This goes back to accountability. We wanted to get all the Seahawks orders out on Friday. We got most of them out, but when I wrote that procedure on how to get them all out, it said 100% have to go out. So I went up there on Monday, and there's still, what, 4 or 5 sitting on the factory floor. And these, when I see things, I don't go looking for things. They just kind of float in front of me. But like break room activities, non-break time for making food, coffee making. I went in there one time, it was 8:05, and it looked like we're making lunch, making coffee. I thought I was walking into a restaurant. Another one, this is my observation, I call it the flinch. And it's really easy to notice. It's just when I walk around and I notice a shift in behavior when I walk by. You see people playing on the cell phone. You see people talking, lollygagging, but they instantly, it's a quick flinch, a body flinch, and they look at me and then get back to pretending that they're actually working, not saying pretending, but get back to work. It just kind of indicates non-productive activity. So I mainly see that with the cell phone usage or having earbuds in your ears. So if you're trying to be sneaky, and I don't go looking for this stuff, it's really easy to figure out. But what are our solutions? Really easy. I don't ask for much. Sales decline. We got to keep on having those Tuesday meetings. We're doing that. We've got performance incentives. Nick and Taylor are going to be selling web stores, selling monograms, selling personalization, and then monthly sales performance reviews. Cell phone usage, just don't use it. Use it during the break. We do have a cell phone policy. Like I said, use it on breaks or emergencies. And we do have all our signs up about limiting the use. Break room activities, again, just go in there on breaks. Maybe we need to start rotating our breaks to ensure the continuous workflow. Like, do we need Joe and Brian up there making coffee together? Or could one be down there printing shirts or getting the printer ready in the morning? Or do they need to come up and make coffee in the morning, or could they go and bring their own coffee? Just little things like that. Again, call it the flinch. Just we'll have an open dialogue about keeping consistent productivity. I just walk around and I don't like to see that. Go back in the digital printer. I can see through the window when I walk back there, they're sitting down, but as soon as I open that door, they stand at attention like they're printing shirts. How can I do this? I don't want to do it. Do I need to go around and do regular check-ins and surprise audits? No. But I want to encourage to get back to our continuous work focus. So just key takeaways, let's work together and work towards the growth and success of the company. But that's my 2 cents, what I've been seeing around here. It's real easy to fix. You know my management style. I don't want to change my management style. And I just think we just need to dial things in, get back to staying on tasks, showing up on time, staying out of the break room, and focusing on things. And then if we all work together, then that 20% decline in sales should increase. But it's a group effort. It's just not Nika and Taylor. It's a group effort to start turning this around. So that's my key takeaways. If you guys have any comments, I'll take them. If not, we can just go into our individual reports. Okay, no comments. Okay, let's see. Start with Bradley. What do you got?
Just a second here. Usual slide here. Wait for it to load up. Right, you guys can see it.
Yep.
Meeting stuff. Our weekly wows. We've had one thus far this month, and we completed 2. Like Erik said, our sales have been down. For the month-over-month for September, it's been short, but we're still a third of the way through, I guess. So it hasn't been too short. We're down about 20%. We're losing the gap we had year over year for the majority of the year. Almost all the categories are down besides for embroidery and online, or they're near breaking even. DTG's down substantially still. Contracts down, caps are down. Screen print's even down somewhat. I got a call from Ed yesterday. He was all worried about. He was asking if we were sending POs to someone else, and I had to tell him, nope, we're just a little bit slow. Got Taylor's and Nika sales. Taylor's pushing for 900,000. Nika's near 750. Our replacements, we've had 1 this past week and 1 in September. We've had 0 partial reorders. For marketing funds, we've used about half of what we'd like to use this month, but that's including, I think the majority of these funds are from a couple of Seahawks boxes, and then all that inventory we ordered in anticipation of selling or doing more wows for those Navy t-shirts and caps. So we got plenty of marketing funds to use. And then I think that's it for my presentation.
Thank you, Brad. Let's see. Who's next? Anybody want to go next? Taylor, Nika, Steve, Allie?
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been really busy in here, and these are just a few things that have come through lately. Digital print one. Here's one that we're trying to get a good order for. There's another one that went through. Transfer. This one came through the other day. It's one that doing there. One that came through the other day. It's for Memorial. Here's another one that a lot of miscellaneous stuff. This one here, another one. Here's he actually placed 2 different orders. This is a new design, and then he reordered an old design. These are the, I'm just showing these because these are the ones that actually placed orders. So here's the first one. Here's Moose Radiator, Cisco. Oh, I don't know why that's in there. Here's one that we did yesterday. We're hoping to get a decent order out of. Here's one for Champagne Sunday. Oh, the MCI was from, I think that was a couple, I missed last Wednesday, but these are ones that I did the actual week before that I didn't actually get to show. So I just go through these really quick. There's a screen print job. And then I think I've shown all these other ones, but it's been really busy in here. I'm working on breast cancer awareness design. I actually have a Kraken design after we're done with the Seahawk stuff if we want to do it. I want to get started on the Christmas design for this year. And I'm doing the 118 names for the Cisco order today for the Seahawk one. So anyway, staying real busy in here. That's all I have.
Thank you, Steve. Taylor, what do you got?
Yeah, I just made this really quick. Okay, so I'm working with a couple new customers that are larger with some potential. So I feel like I've been going back and forth with emails and just answering questions that come with new customers. Transcold, they were a jot form. I got web store interest from Puget Systems, which is an old customer that they haven't really done a lot of work with us lately. I was talking to the guy and they use like Printful because they wanted to do like one-offs, but they obviously don't like the quality because it sucks. So yeah, I was talking with him about that, got him like the pricing for our web store and just kind of like the basics. Atkinson Construction is a large customer. I see them everywhere. I'm doing a cap order with them for veterans. So I got a new contact, excuse me, for that. Golden Services, I'm gonna visit them this week or next week. They want to look at some like beanie samples. They look like an okay customer, but whatever, like we'll take what we can get. Nika and I sent out the fall bundle flyers last week. I can't remember, like it was just like our like top customers that like Nika and I knew would enjoy that flyer. So hopefully hear from them this week. Check it. What was that? Checking with them the end of this week. I'm working on my Christmas flyers now, just personalizing each of them to like my big customers. The Hawk cap and t-shirt promo that Erik sent out last week, Cisco did a large order. That's all I've heard from it. But they're super excited about it. Erik, I was gonna ask you, I know that we did some wows for the Hawk ones. I thought of some more people that I want to send them to. Do you like want me to do that since we did this promo
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
Like, is it okay to still send them those packages?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Okay.
My main thing is the icing on the cake is you and Nika have to call the customer and just instead of just waiting for them to call you. So you got to go through there and make
Like-
sure you contact them.
Like the ones that we've already sent out?
Yeah,
You just want
like
me to pull up a list of customers and call them?
yeah, it would just be like that workflow that I gave everybody when we started the flow. The last thing we do is contact the customer and follow up on it. Because you got to remember, they're not going to call you. You got to kind of give them a nudge. But yes, send out more.
Yeah, I've heard from like like half the people that I sent them to, I've heard back from them, so. But
Good.
I just was driving to work and I thought of more people that I wanted to send it to that I hadn't, so, yeah.
We need to use that marketing fund, so yes. More the merrier, because we know they work.
Yeah, people were like super excited about them, so I have
Yep.
some more people that I was thinking of when I was driving here. Still doing the mailbox power, like thank you cards for the invoiced. I did that yesterday and just updating Biggin and stuff like that, so, yep.
Cool. Thank you. All right, let's hand over to Nika.
Okay, let me share my screen. Do you see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Let me do some load, back. Okay. So for the big last week a little busy, but here and there. So last week I got a big order from US Oil approved. Let's go tracking. They got the Christmas order in. Fight football. They got he placed a big order for coach. Yeah, so that's all good, approved and ready to go. Balar Air, she's always loved us. She placed an order for Christmas this year. She placed an order for the sweatshirt that we did for them for WOW earlier this year. So they placed an order for that. So she's good. Drywall just placed an order for 150 caps. And then Zorino Farm, they placed an order for her 100-year anniversary. It's just a reorder, but she need more of them. And then last week, it's just mostly small order. It's like people email here and there. It's majority of it's like our regular customers, so I just like help them with that. So I mean, it sound a lot, but just majority of it's small order. And we have about 10 to 20 people walk in. Our regular customer. I don't think we have any new customer walk in. Most of it just our customer come in and place an order, pick up and place an order. And then see how combo, I got a lot of thank you and appreciation. Like the knock, he emailed me, said thank you. Canberra Landscaping, he emailed, said thank you. But they love the shirt, but they placed an order for their regular uniform instead. So and then I asked Ali yesterday for the list that we sent out, so I will reach out to them for the follow-up. And then I have another of the Valley Property Services. She said she's gonna send me the sizes. They want to do the 12 package. So I'm still waiting on that. New customer, the Windermere production. They come in job form. They place just 4 hats. So it's good potential. So I did it for them. And then the David's showcase, they contact us because they got the email blast that Erik sent out. So they placed an order for 12 Seahawks package combo. And then there's kidney care gal. He came in because Ken Crick sent him to us. So that's the referral from Ken Crick. And then this Woodland Electric guy, he just come back. Ken used to deal with him back in 2020, I believe, 2021. But he said our pricing is high, but he went somewhere else and it's come back. Like all his stuff peel off now, so he just come back to us again. So my project for this week, the Stella brother, we're still waiting for their decision, and then the Evergreen Goodwill, she still emailed me back and forth for the change. The police, the February police, she's currently out of the office. Well, I'll reach out to her again next week. And then yeah, Vesco Trucking, they placed an order. they have a few add-ons, so I was just waiting for that. US oil approved. This guy sample, we sent them out early this week. Thank you, Ruthie and production to get that out. And then I have working with Milgard for their quarter zip. He wanted to do like a JB Hunt logo on the sleeve. It's about 40 of them, so I'm just waiting for their response. And then I'm working on the Christmas flyer and thank you card. I have a lot of people reaching out that they want to come in, talk about the Christmas stuff. So we have a lot down the pipe, Eric. So kind of that's what I have right now.
So what I like, Nika, is on those thank you cards and the wow. Let me explain to you is I've been working on an analysis
Mhm.
correlations between sending thank you cards, sending wows, constantly emailing them, and does that increase sales with customers? And the answer is yes. And how much does it increase sales? On average, it's 5%. So if you continually doing that, your customer is going to increase sales by 5%. And another thing it does is increases the frequency of orders throughout the year. Instead of the customer ordering twice a year, he orders 3 times. Instead of being an annual, you might get that special order for the Seahawks. So now he's ordering twice. So there's a high correlation, meaning the more you reach out, the more you contact the customer, the more sales you'll get, higher order frequency. So reaching out would be, like I said, postcards, phone calls, personal emails from the sales reps, the wows. Those all contribute to an increase of sales. So if we keep doing that, naturally we're going to have an increase in sales. So keep doing that. And another one I like what you and Taylor are doing is the walk-ins. So we now know how many people walk into the showroom. So we can have some trends of what's happening. For example, is before we just say, how many people come in the showroom? Oh, it's busy. It's a lot. But now we have a definite number that we can manage off of. I don't know if you guys had time to read those, check out that report for like phone calls. And you can see like when our busy season is with the incoming, outcoming calls. So obviously fourth quarter is busy and the data shows it. So instead of now saying we're busy with phone calls, we can look into the call histories and say, okay, yeah, we are busy. But those are all numbers that I like to look at. What it does, it makes it easy for me to manage. Instead of walking up to Ruthie and say, how's production? And she says, busy, we're doing a lot. Oh, we got a big order. I want to get to the point where hopefully we can get a number and she says, okay, this is how many orders we have in-house, yada, yada, yada. This is how many pieces we're getting out. But I'd like to get some KPIs. This kind of goes into my management style I want to talk about. Do you guys like my management style, or do you guys want a number on, so you guys know if you're doing good or bad? Like, it's easy with sales because you just punch it in the computer, but it's a little bit, it'd be easy with production too, but you got to record those, the productivity. Without it, just because right now I'm kind of managing on a gut instinct, like walking around. I mean, that's good. But it doesn't give you a concrete number of how you're doing. And it kind of makes me guess, or even for review times is like, how do I review a person when they say, oh, we just did a lot of orders? Or for example, it'd help you, Ruthie, for reviewing machine operators. Instead of saying like they did a good job, they showed up, work and made a pot of coffee, you can say, man, you're doing 24 shirts an hour, you're doing this, everything's good. So just kind of think about that as, do you want a KPI for your job, or do you want to keep it how it is? Just basically a scorecard, because right now is we're in a football game without a score. And the only score right now is we have sales, and but I think that the other departments also need some numbers on them. But it's difficult. It's difficult to keep track, unless maybe I don't know. Maybe Bradley has to go around there and get the reports. There's just something to think about, or if you guys like how the way I'm managing it right now is when it comes to review time, we have nothing really to talk about instead of like, oh, you did a good job. So, or for like Steve is billable artwork hours. That's how a lot of companies do it, is like, okay, you did 10 pieces of artwork today. What did we bill out? Ellie does the social media. You can kind of look at the stats on that. Accounting wise, that's a difficult one. I can kind of look at the receivables, how much money Bradley's collected. Or we can send out surveys, customer satisfaction survey, and go off of that. But I don't know if you guys have any suggestions on how to do that. I don't know. Ruthie, isn't it difficult to like review a person if you don't know what their numbers are?
Oh, yeah, I know they do the papers, but yeah. It is.
Right, yeah. The thing is, you're recording it, but we don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
That's like our old employee, Carolyn Bray. She did 20 years worth of notes in ShopWorks almost. Fantastic notes, but nobody knew where she put them. And then one day after she died, I found them. I got, wow, okay, guess there's where all the notes are. But it was easy when Jim started. We had a lot of sales, and it was just kind of Jim in the gang, kind of like do whatever you want to do. Is whatever he's paying $3 an hour, and then he's selling patches for $4 each, and then he just goes like, well, all you have to do is 20 patches an hour, and we're good to go. But yeah, it kind of changes. So I don't know, just kind of think about it if you want a number or a KPI. If so, then think about what you want to be managed off of, instead of just giving you a pat on the back, I guess.
I have a quick suggestion, just a thought though.
Yeah.
So what if you have the barcode on each work order, and then each machine operator can scan it, and then the computer, you have the program that kind of track the number, like how many orders to do,
It's
like how
really
many
easy in
stitches.
ShopWorks. It's really easy in ShopWorks if we used it properly. There is a place where the operator needs to go in there and just put how many pieces they do, the start and stop
Yeah,
time.
maybe we can train them to do that. So we can start with that.
That would be fantastic. And
Yeah.
then again, too, I think we're recording the hours somewhere, but we're not
Right.
logging them in the right spot.
Yeah, we're not putting it. Maybe we need to go back to that thing after when they finish it, and then when they start it, remember they were logging it in the computer?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think it's got to be in ShopWorks, because everything flows out of ShopWorks. So then what if we can get doing that is then who follows up? Maybe Bradley, since he's does the accounting, and he can start running the reports. But that would make it so easy for Ruthie to manage.
Yeah.
And then you know how many pieces you're getting done on the machine. It would make pricing really easy for me too, is because it all boils down to how many items you can produce per hour. I think that's one you could start right away, Ruthie. So give it a thought. So sales are pretty much, you got that covered. Overall sales number, but then do I want to get down to even granular, how many phone calls you're making, how checking email, and then that just gets too much. And then I have a full-time job micromanaging. So, but
I personally
I just
don't like being micromanaged. It's never worked for me in previous jobs. So I don't mind being given projects or being checked up on, but I'm not a micromanaged type employee. It just might be that for me.
no, it doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't work. Why do I hire you to think? I'm not sitting here, I don't want to sit there and do your job. It was like Ken Bynes, getting back to him. He was like total micromanager. It took 5 people for him to do his job. I mean, you had Jim writing orders and you had Nika entering them and then Steve doing all the artwork. But anyway, yeah, just think about it. I'll continue how I'm managing, but if it would
Eric,
be
I think that you should be like more involved in like the factory KPIs.
Mhm.
Just because it's like, doesn't seem like it's being tracked very well and you're really good at it. But
Well, I think
I don't, I
I
just think that you need to be more involved.
I think we got to set up a system where we get everybody comfortable in the factory, typing in their hours or their jobs. And then Bradley he was going back and auditing them. I think it's got to be, we have to have audits. And I hate to do that, but all the big companies do it, all the big screen printers, what is it, Amazon, that we just kind of have to audit it. And that's the only way in a production environment.
I mean, I think that's fair. I don't know why that's a bad thing. I don't know why you're saying it's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, no.
I mean,
'Cause
Nika and I are tracked on literally phone calls daily. Like, I don't understand why it's not, like, the production facility isn't getting all of their numbers
I
broken
100%
down.
agree, and it
So,
sounds like Ruthie's already has the numbers, they just got to be inputted into the right place, and then it has to have Bradley to follow up and do something with the numbers. And then we can get some trends to go after, is like seeing who's most productive, are we making money? But yeah, you're right, absolutely right, Taylor. It boils down to the production numbers.
well, it's a business. Like, you're running a business, we need to make money. Like, it's not
Mhm.
personal.
I mean, there's really tough ways where they pay a person on piecework.
Yeah,
And you get
I'm
paid
not
by,
like, I don't think that's necessary, but like, people like need to be held accountable for what they're doing.
yeah, I mean, I've gone back there so many times where I see one hat on an 8 head. I mean,
Yeah,
it turns one hat to be, we're selling it for $20, and it turns out to be, we got $100 worth of labor on one hat. So it's all those little inefficiencies that we need to work off of. It sounds like we got the tracking, the writing down the numbers. We got to put them in the right spot in Shopworks, and then we need a person to audit it, which would probably be Bradley, to make sure it's getting done. So that's my 2 cents, and that's a good comment, Taylor. Is I watch you on your numbers. Why aren't other people watched on the numbers? Makes
Yeah.
sense. And yeah, I think Ellie took off. But that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you, Eric.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll see ya.
Alright,
Okay.
sounds good, thank you.
Okay.